the solution for this city. There's no.
Indeed, you have.
There's no need for these batteries anymore.
Oh, you got it. Well, I mean, they've stored energies from the batteries.
There's no need for these energy batteries.
These are my shells.
As you guys come upon them, you remember seeing when you first came into this place, there was like wires hanging around. The place looked kind of, ratty. Like something you'd see out of Borderlands, only underground. Actually, they had underground shit too.
I don't remember that, but yeah, okay, we'll go.
I don't remember that either.
I'm just relating, like, Borderlands being post-apocalyptic, but I guess something out of Fallout. Like, just wires hanging out. Oh, okay, no. Never mind. I never described that when you guys first started. But there was the hot wiring that you guys seen on the phylactery, and then I described that you seen the wire go down into the city. Okay, point being is that down here, it used to look, you didn't really think about it, but it used to look kind of ratty. It used to have wires hanging around. You could see conduits formed, and then there was the piping that was leading all around the place. Piping that was leading into every home, very similar to the steamworks back in the Royal Speak, but it was obviously jerry-rigged in some fashion to make way for to accommodate the new source of energy. Before it was purely heat-driven. Now it was this weird hot wiring situation they were doing. What Othello seems to have done is turned it up to 11 with the conduit system being a hell of a lot more efficient, and he's got like thicker cabling running through the place. You can see they're clean silver conduits running along struts of root that have been stretched out. So these guys basically have telephone wire running along in a nice orderly fashion now. And that said, the batteries that they're talking about are these massive cylindrical things that have to be about 4 stories tall, sitting at the back of the chamber, and they're just glowing. On top of this, the camera sweeps across the entirety of the place. It shows the massive pond in the background, and shows a shark jump out and dive back into the water. Show somebody on a nearby rooftop. What the fuck are fish doing down here? Anyway, so camera sweeps across to show you guys confronting Othello about the batteries, and he says, it seemed sensible to provide a form of power in an effort to learn more of what is possible with Acererak's power. If it is such that we can...
Our goal is to destroy the power, not harness it.
Our goal is
How is this any different than what they were doing before?
Man of Palor, this power that we have stored is not evil. It is not stored to be used for an evil purpose. It is not being generated endlessly from an evil source. Man of Palor, I implore you to understand.
4 out of 5 times.
This is a neutral source of power now.
That is a complete
inert
lie.
until such time that it is used. And what it is utilized for is up to the bidding of the user.
Why don't you ask Palor where all this pain and suffering batteries come from?
See, he doesn't get that part. Like, that's granted. Absolutely granted. And if you wanted to pour poison in his ear,
that's all I ever do.
No, that's my experience.
This is Joe
no
telling me, not Ivor telling me.
Alright.
I've told you a little bit.
What about you guys in all this? What are you guys doing?
You're not putting your hand on your chin.
We're in the Undernorm City?
You are in the Undernorm City. Othello Dendar, this metal man who is apparently helping... apparently you're helping him drain the phylactery that sits just upstairs. That's what you guys are here to do, is drain the phylactery and get the fuck out of the Dodge.
No, it was to destroy it, not drain it.
Well, that's just the thing. Destroying it is draining it, as far as Othello states.
What? That's not what we did to the last one. We destroyed the last one.
We didn't have a way to drain the last one.
I made goddamn sure.
This way, we have this time we have a way to drain it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what hooked up to anything.
Whatever we do, we can't put it in the lava. Bad idea.
I'm helping
the shaman states. The shaman comes out and states that this acolyte here is going to take you guys upstairs, and he's going to disable the locks. Actually, you know what he says? He says the locks have already been disabled upstairs. The acolytes should be on their way back as we speak.
How long will these batteries last for them?
Hundreds of years.
And they have to recreate their system so they work off the lava.
The lava system has already... Oh, actually, the shaman pipes in. Othello has already helped us redesign and to retool the ventilation systems, collections, and conversions as well, such that once the batteries are empty, we can continue to survive off of the venting. Just until such time that if anything should happen to the venting, the batteries are a failsafe, a backup.
Why were they doing it? They already had it built for the lava. The lava was always there.
Exactly.
It was interrupted for a little bit.
That's right. So they had to hotwire a phylactery that provided an infinite power source.
Yes, so why did they have to reconfigure it again to take in the lava?
Because it could be
that
made
was my
better.
understanding.
It was made better.
Made better?
Othello made it better. That's all it was.
Okay.
He made it better, and he tied in the conversion better, so that now the batteries worked better. And so all it is that the batteries are a backup should the lava ever be interrupted again. That's your understanding on the outside.
This is bullshit, Vane. All this is bullshit.
Yeah, this NPC set up something smart for these under NPCs. He's a fucking heretic. I'm telling you. He's no good. He's fucking up to something.
All your by your past NPCs? Yeah, definitely. This is the route that you usually go.
We can't.
Usually, but this campaign it's kind of been 50-50 this campaign.
Yeah,
We can't mess with the kingdom, but we know what he's doing is bullshit. He just lied to your face several times.
Do you wanna stop him?
Do you have any idea how to stop him?
I have no idea how to stop a construct that is being powered by green energy.
No.
It's not my expertise.
Okay, so gentlemen.
I could do an intelligence or a history check on Othello. Like, what the hell is this guy, anyways?
That'd be nice because we all failed that.
He came
basically.
from a ship. Because we're on a there's moats that float around our city, like our continent, and he came from one of the moats in a ship.
Oh, okay.
And it's
History check it is.
It's powered by the god
If
of
I
death.
fail.
Is it?
Oh.
Is it? Seriously?
Kelemvor. He's the neutral god of death.
I
He's
did not know that.
14
did.
plus
I
didn't
7
know he
is
powered
21 on
it.
his
Well,
dice.
he was-
Looking
I thought
upon
he
him,
worshipped
you have a
Kelemvor.
flash
Well, yeah,
of a time when you were in the library studying,
Same thing.
and you remember
He's
you
the
remember
neutral god,
reading
so-
about various
Merkel
types of
being
metals,
impressed.
and there was a
He's
reference,
not
a footnote
evil, though. He's
almost,
neutral.
in a metallurgy manual that you were reading
He's
through.
like a good god.
And it talked about how particular metals could be imbued and brought to life. And that one example might be, and it's a bit foggy, but Men of Kelemvor, something to that effect, is what it literally translated to. But you can't remember the elven term for it. It was an elven book.
Ah,
So,
right.
the Men of Kelemvor were created of this special metal. The metal itself escapes you at the moment. Effectively a form of quicksilver, a rendition of it, a blend of two other metals. It's too far back. It's just on the edge of your memory. The 24 might have remembered. In any event, anybody want to bless his ass? Moving along. So the Men of Kelemvor, humanoid warforged, developed to fight a war once upon a time. Fight a war to maintain the balance of good and evil. The balance such that the milling of life continues forever, the way it should.
I am literally dumbfounded. My character is dumbfounded at this point.
If
Because
these batteries are
that was a lot
if these
to take
batteries
in.
are utilized by someone of evil intent, can they use these?
If a sword is picked up by a man of evil intent, can it not be used for evil intent?
So
Not if it's
why is
blessed.
it okay to have these magical batteries of energy?
Because
evil
up
energy
until today, these
to
gnomes
exist?
had been using said power and not been corrupted by
The
it.
point of the lava flow was so they didn't have to use the energy anymore.
He does the chuff and flutter of the metal pieces, and they kind of clink together as the metal
You were going to exterminate these people
as the metal lowers.
For using the energy.
for using the energy, and we decided not to, and now it's okay.
And as he looks off into the darkness over the water basin, and a couple fish float around nearby where you're standing, it shows his reflection and yours against this, silhouetted against the fish that come to the surface. And he says, "It is true that at one point I may have laid the blade upon them. However, I have established that this sect of individuals, these Sverfneblin gnomes, have great balance in their society. Though they had great power entering, they used it to survive. They do not over-flourish. They do not overeat. And if they are in abundance of anything, it is an effort to exist in balance and harmony with their environments that could collapse upon them at any time.
They have unlimited room, unlimited food, and unlimited energy.
And yet they
Bullshit
do not
again.
expand. And yet they do not expand unbidden. I am prone to state that they are well balanced, and might I commend you. Killing your own while helping those of other races, your balance is commendable as well.
Did I do that?
Ouch.
You like that? You like that? Yeah! Anyway,
That
so-
was good, dude.
But he never saw that. He never knew about that.
Or
Moving
does
along.
he?
That was funny though.
Some other motherfucker scribed
It
it.
was worth it.
Your secret is not a secret anymore, man.
You have no secrets.
There's like a bulletin board in the Cloud Spires that says, "Never killed the Paladin." News at 11.
More at 11.
Look, he wasn't a paladin yet, okay? He needed to be level 3.
Ivor shoots own brother in back.
Again.
Again.
So,
He was the Paladin, so he
the
killed
camera
him.
sweeps around to show you guys, I'm assuming making your
It's
way up
fine.
towards the phylactery eventually. You guys want to get this mission done or what? Yeah? So you can get it done? Alright, that sounds
Yes,
good.
but I'm gonna keep my eye on this fucker.
On Othello?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. That's fine.
I
So-
rolled a 11 insight check, so
Do you want to send the gnomes home?
Yes.
yes.
I want to go find a blacksmith so I can imbue my revolver with runes,
Here in the Sverfneblin city?
possibly.
Alright.
Powered by the necromantic batteries. Yes.
No, just runes. I
You take a
have,
moment to look around amongst the city and then
yeah.
watch them leave the area and think better of it for the time being, thinking to yourself, I can always do this back at the Royal's Peak. Now is not the time. Not while on the job.
I'd also like to inform the shaman that since we saved his or helped save his city, that the Cloud Spires is on his side and form an alliance. So should they need help, they can count on this Cloud Spires. And should we need help, we should be able to count on you as well. As you're part of our kingdom of the. Of
Do you
the
want to
Cloud
throw
Spires.
persuasion down on this?
Shit.
Oh, don't worry. It's not like you're gonna fail this that way. You're good
12.
speech. 12? Okay. Actually, you can roll this at advantage just for dramatic effect. That was a fantastic, fantastic statement. You passed me my shovel. Thank you. And sorry?
18.
18.
Well, actually, it's top one, but it's like
Set that there for a moment. Tripod's great, I have to admit. Paul, thank you.
Let's get it.
Push it back there.
And we'd like to set up a trade route for them to trade, not a route, but have people that are, their job is to trade between the cities, like pass things along, so they know the portal runes sequences.
Yeah.
That would most likely be
Don't you
me
just want to
coming
build
off
that
time.
clergy?
That's what I mean, like a couple people that know the runes sequence, so they can go into the city.
That would make sense, right?
So
like
not
you'd have a couple
everyone knows.
merchant guys.
Not everyone knows the sequence.
Well, it's like the merchant guys who go about their business, but it's the portal guys who open the portal who will be doing all the ruins and the casting. They're the ones that need to know.
That's what I meant. Yeah. I forgot. They were.
Do you guys remember what the tower looks like, right? Vaguely?
No, this is not exactly how.
No, it really wasn't.
It was pretty wobbly.
It was actually. So short and say. Can't remember how I had this. I guess I'll just do all shorties just to get this done. Heads up. I don't have. There's just not a fourth one. It's hilarious. I just don't have 4.
You